It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Happy Atlas Tuesday telecast. It's Dan from Atlas Lens Co.
And Joon
From Atlas Lens Co.
from Atlas Lens Co.
What's up, buddy?
Doing all right?
Happy Tuesday, everyone.
Happy
What's
Tuesday.
going on? It's Mercury Television, MTV.
Mercury. Oh, I get it. I was nobody gave me a brief of what was happening, and we started with that intro. I was, oh, awesome.
You woke up with your
Mercury
briefs
TV.
on.
That's awesome. That's
Briefs
great.
on fire. Well, I just want to give a quick shout out to Justin D'Amelio. Want to give a big shout out to Sid, keeping it real here, helping us maintain the chat. Big shout out to Hajun. And a big thank you to you for tuning in to Atlas Mercury Television here on Tuesday for the telecast. So we have some special treats in store for you. We are going to be looking at the new Atlas Mercury Series Group 3 anamorphic lenses, your universal anamorphic lens, no matter whether you're shooting 16 millimeter film, 35 millimeter film, 35 millimeter digital full frame, and even beyond with things like the Fujifilm Eterna GFX 55, Ariel Exa 265, Blackmagic Ursa 17K. No matter what you're doing, the Mercury series is going to be a great choice because they're going to give you a multitude of delivery formats and aspect ratios, no matter your sensor or film format. So just want to note some really special works that have been using the Mercury series lenses. Most notably recently, Danny Boyle and Anthony Dodd Mantle using them on 28 Years Later. They were used on Disney's Andor Season 2. Greg Fraser, Oren Sofer, and Gareth Edwards used them on The Creator. And of course, Spike Lee's Highest to Lowest, shot by Maddie Libatique, ASC. And recently, have you caught Matthew Chang, his work on Chief of War?
I haven't caught it, but I do see it on a lot of in my Apple TV trailers. So I'm so excited, actually.
That show goes crazy. You got to see it.
I gotta see
It's
it.
bonkers.
Yep.
So big shout out to Mr. Jason Momoa and Matthew Chang, ACS. Great work on that show. And they use not only our lenses, but a variety of other really great lenses in conjunction, in combination. It just shows you how universal and versatile the Mercury series are. So another film that's coming out soon is Project Hail Mary.
Oh my goodness.
I'm really excited about that
so
one
excited.
too.
Ever since I saw the original set picture leaks of, oh my God, those are our lenses.
Wait a minute, that's a Mercury on that
That's a
camera
Mercury
with
on that
Greg
camera.
Fraser. Ooh, exciting.
So exciting.
And we also have a couple really cool launch films that were done with the Mercury series right here in our own backyard, so to speak. So we have a film that we're going to show now from Steph Verschuren, whose group is called Pulp TV, and their stuff is really amazing. So Justin, if you can roll that clip from Steph Verschuren, let's check it out.
Yo, is that 35?
Duh. Yo, Alex, lights!
Every jigsaw puzzle you have ever owned has a piece missing. It is the same the world over. Just one piece. Gone. Imagine if all these missing bits were put together to make one gigantic picture. What kind of world would that picture show us?
To see this place, you don't need eyesight. You need vision.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, cool. Got it.
Good. Wow. How about that?
That was so awesome.
Ascend
Pretty-
by Steph Verschuren. Pretty sick. A little
Yep.
bit of climbing gym action on 35 millimeter film. Mercury 24, which is the widest of the new Group 3 series lenses. And we're about, in a moment, going to show another clip from Sonali Chugani called 9 to 5. And this one's really special because it's shot partly in a format that we call Atlas Scope 90. So if you're hot on the social medias like we are, we know that right now there's a big trend for the 4:1 aspect ratio, which is ultra anamorphic widescreen. We could do that, of course, with Atlas anamorphic lenses. That's a given. But did you know you can also deliver 1:1, near 1:1, or even vertical video with an Atlas lens simply by rotating your camera body 90 degrees. We have a white paper and instructional video on how to do that, and you're going to see that featured in this film by Sonali Chugani called 9 to 5. So check this bad boy out. Let's see it.
That was crazy.
You might be asking yourself, who would do such a thing, getting a Mercury tattoo on their body at a rave? Well, I'll tell you who. Marcus Graham,
Well, that's
cinematographer.
They did it for real?
Marcus has a
They-
Mercury 54 tattooed on his leg.
Wow.
Yeah.
They really made tattoos a real thing.
They really did that.
Wow.
Not in this video. This was, we use a tattoo printer, so that's a special effects. We do special effects in the movies.
Magic. The magic.
Movie magic.
Yeah, movie
but
magic.
Marcus Graham really got a tattoo
That's crazy.
of a Mercury lens.
Or maybe he's just really good at movie magic every time.
Well, you know, it's really important that we also highlight another important thing that happened here at Atlas. It was Ha-Joon's birthday, so everyone please give Ha-Joon a big round of applause. Throw a birthday cake at him. Steve Aoki, this guy. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
What's it feel like to get a little bit older?
Oh man. Every year, ever since I turned 25, I'm on purpose not necessarily not celebrating it, but just like I'm just trying to make it low key as possible.
So you
it's
just decided just now because you just turned 25,
Well,
as
no,
far
no.
as I know.
well, I turned 27.
Chat.
And then every year since 25, I'm like constantly more and more. I'm not gonna make it. Maybe 30 is gonna be like the big.
No,
oh
that's my job to
goodness.
make a big deal about your birthday and embarrass
sick,
you.
Sick. That's why I'm here. Sorry?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
We
thank
got a
you.
lot of shout outs.
Oh, thank you.
We all love
Thanks
you.
for the shout out. Yeah.
So, you know, I'm going to get into some of the technical specs of the Mercury Series Group 3 just here in a minute, but wanted to hear from you a little bit about your adventure out in Amsterdam, and also give a big shout out and thank you to all of our friends in Europe and the United Kingdom. We know you're all making movies out there. We miss you here in Hollywood, but we are grateful that movies are still being made, as we love movies. That's why we do this. So yeah, tell us a little bit about your trip to Amsterdam.
Yeah,
IBC.
yeah.
You were there with the Pixboom folks with their new Spark slow motion camera. Pretty cool, pretty
Mm-hmm.
slow. Live life slow, touch grass. Tell us a little bit about your adventure.
Yes. That's good. I loved Amsterdam. That was my first time there, second time for my colleague Brendan over there. We went and participated in IBC. We didn't have our own booth, but Pixboom was very gracious to host us there. And we got to meet so many cool people. It was cool that even though we didn't have our dedicated booth, people still looked for us through social media or through the word of mouth, and like finding us at the Pixboom booth to talk about their current projects, their past projects, and their upcoming projects. And it was so cool to hear the passion from everyone, and not to mention being excited for upcoming products like the 24, like the 20, the 27, and the 32, the Group 3 lenses. Not to mention the biggest one that people kept talking about were the Fujifilm lenses, and those were just a cool thing to kind of like materialize.
Hold up. You're telling me that Atlas has 65 millimeter format coverage anamorphic lenses? Wait a minute.
Yep.
We got
That's
four
what I
focal
said.
lengths.
We're
We got a 40 millimeter, a 50 millimeter,
what?
a 75 millimeter, and a 100 millimeter, and they all cover 65 millimeter format digital systems like the Arri Alexa 265, the Blackmagic Ursa Cine 17K, and the Fujifilm GFX Eterna 55 format.
That is what I said word for word. I'm glad you caught that. Thank you.
That is bonkers. Where can people find out more about these new 65 millimeter format lenses? And if they're interested, where could they go to find out more?
Well, our funny Instagram watchers and maybe even some of the YouTube watchers can go to our Instagram bio, and there is a link that you can click right now with, I forget what I don't know the link off the top
We'll
of my
make
head.
a short one.
I will
Like,
generate
we have a QR code.
I will generate a QR code right now. It's going to be so awesome.
In real time, watch him generate the
Watch
code.
this.
It's like Wayne's World.
Okay, so I look for the website. This is the website. Boom, I copy it to the URL,
We should make like a short URL, like
And then-
Atlas Lens Co. Give us 65.
and then boom, save it to photo album.
So
Boom.
if you want, by the way, if you want these lenses or you're curious to know more, just hit this QR code that Hajim just made. Zoom in on that. You can show it right here.
Oh, actually, wait. The
show it
second
on
cam.
camera, too.
Hey, scan the. Oh, I just
Scan
lost my
that.
phone.
One
Boom.
interesting thing, QR codes work in anamorphic. So smash that QR code if you
Yup.
want to know more about our 65 millimeter anamorphic lenses. They have a 1.5 squeeze. They're a T2.5. They are going to be available as soon as this year for very special projects. So if you are someone shooting a special project, you know where to find us. Right here in Glendale, California, every Wednesday Lens Day. If you haven't been to Wednesday Lens Day, what are you waiting for? Come to California.
What the heck are you
We're doing
doing?
it tomorrow from 10:30 to 1:30 right here in this space, 6933 San Fernando Road, Glendale, California, 91350.
Or
So-
IKEA Burbank, the largest IKEA in the U.S., not world, in the U.S.
Get some
And-
furniture,
Yep,
get some meatballs.
it's right here.
They even have veggie meatballs if you don't eat meat. They got options.
They got options.
That's one thing I can say about IKEA. And, you know, a really good option is come over here after you're done, or after you're done there, you know, come here.
We'll go together.
I'm not promising that, but that's on you. That's on you.
I will go together.
Okay, so let's get into the technical specifications of the Mercury Series Group 3. So if you didn't already know, the Mercury Series are our universal 1.5 squeeze anamorphic lenses with full frame coverage and beyond. Also great for 16 millimeter film formats, 35 millimeter film formats. And the widest lens in the family is the 24 millimeter. This is a T2.2. 24. The front outer diameter for your matte box is going to be 114 millimeters. It's very lightweight, incredibly light, really good close focus of basically 18 inches from the image plane, or a little bit less than half a meter if you're in the metric system. And
46
the
centimeters.
imaging area is optimized for 35 millimeter or full frame, but also illuminates out to 65 millimeter format sensors or 55 millimeter format sensors for CinemaScope or a variety of other aspect ratios, including 16:9, or formats like 2:1 Univisium, pioneered by people like Vittorio Storaro. Come on, it's Italian.
Wow.
So check this out. It only weighs about 3.85 pounds.
What? That's nothing.
I know you can handle that. And that's
It's
the widest
floating.
one. So what this is going to do is give you a horizontal angle of view equivalent to an 18 millimeter spherical lens, and your vertical angle of view is going to be similar and familiar with a 24 millimeter spherical lens. And just think about how that format of lens would look on your imager, whether it's 16 millimeter film all the way out to medium format. And you're going to be able to understand the kind of field of view you're going to get with this crazy super wide angle lens. Now, the next Mercury Series Group 3 I'm going to get into is the 27 millimeter. So the 27 millimeter also has an 18-inch close focus, just under half a meter for our metric folks in Europe and beyond. And this guy weighs 3.25 pounds, or just under 1.5 kilograms. And it's in a PL mount, nice and lightweight, T2.2. I know Hajin really wants to hold it, so I'm going to pass that over to him.
I really want it to.
Also great for a variety of sensor formats. And personally, I don't know about you, but 27 millimeter is one of the coolest all-time focal lengths. I really like it.
It's like 72 backwards.
True.
Also the 42 backwards.
Wide.
24. Yep. Anyway.
And I think I misspoke earlier. I think I said that the 24 would have the horizontal field of view equivalent of an 18. That's actually wrong. Just, I don't know what's wrong with me today. The 24 is going to have the horizontal angle of view equivalent to a 16 millimeter focal length. And the 27 is going to be more equivalent to an 18 millimeter focal length, horizontally speaking.
What?
So that kind of breaks it down, makes it a little more relatable. You know how it goes, right? Yeah. You know what I'm
Gotta
talking
get the
about.
super.
So,
Super
chat, who's
wide.
excited to try a 24 or a 27? You just saw the 24 and the 27 used on Ascend by Steph Verschuren, and the 24 and the 27 used by Sonali Chugani on her film 9 to 5. I love both of those films, and I love seeing the use of Atlas Scope 90 format, which allows you to have a square or near 1:1 aspect ratio delivery by rotating your camera body and installing the anamorphic lens in normal orientation. So why don't we get into the final Mercury Series Group 3 lens, and this is going to bring the total number of focal lengths in the Mercury Series family to 9 total focal lengths, and that is our 32 millimeter Mercury. So this guy, besides having beautiful golden flares, it's also a T2.2. It has a close focus of just under half a meter, or 18 inches. And this guy weighs right around 3.2 pounds. Pretty light, or,
Just off of feels. That's
basically,
yeah.
and like right around a little over 1.5 kilograms. Wow. Right around there.
Wow.
So I'm gonna let you hold that. And chat, do you have questions? I'm gonna check and see if there's any questions coming in to see if we can address anything about this for you and let you know a little bit more about how beautiful these lenses look. And if you're a fan of thinking about anamorphic lenses in a spherical relationship, basically you're going to get the vertical field of view of a 32. So if you know how a 32 is going to look on your sensor, whether you're on, an Arri Alexa 35, an Arri Mini LF, something like a new Canon C400 or C50, or even 16 millimeter film, that's going to be the vertical field of view relationship that you have to your format. And the 32 is awesome because it has a 21 millimeter horizontal effective angle of view relative to your sensor. So a big thing people always want to know is, well, what is a 32 millimeter on this format, or what is a 54 millimeter on this format? And the best thing I can explain to you is you kind of have to build a relationship with whatever camera platform or format that you're shooting in. And once you kind of relate to the way that that format works for your focal length, these kind of become a more universal language in terms of focal length. So a long time ago, people had the choice to decide whether they want to notate lenses in angle of view or field of view numbers or in focal lengths. And people naturally chose focal lengths because it's just more of a shorthand. It's a little harder to explain to like a director, this lens has a 90-degree angle of view. And then they're going to be like, well, what format is that on? So we kind of just build this sort of inferred, indirect relationship between focal length numbers, sensor or film formats, and that helps us build sort of this cinematic language that lets us communicate with other camera people, whether it's a camera assistant or an art director or a director, to better understand what you're going to be looking at with a given lens on a given sensor or film format. And that's one of the advantages of an optical or digital viewfinder when prepping or setting up a shot and trying to do a scout, for instance. So one of the questions that we have coming in from the audience is, what will the 24, 27, and 32 look like on a camera like the FX30? That's a really wonderful question. And so one of the things I like to say about the FX30 is that if you grew up with a relationship with 35 millimeter motion picture formats, an FX30 sensor is not terribly unlike 3-perf film. So if you can kind of understand what a focal length related to a 3-perf film format looks like, you can relate a spherical lens angle of view to your FX30. But if you're someone who grew up in the Rebel T2i era or Rebel T3i, shout out Canon for changing the world with motion picture DSLRs. Of course, Nikon did it first with the D90. I was there. I remember those days. But you know, people really adopted those T2Is and T3Is as sort of their first cinematic DSLR for people just starting out maybe like 10, 12, 13 years ago or something like that. But that's also very relatable. So if you understand how a focal length looks on a Rebel T2i or on 3-perf film, it's going to be pretty relatable, except that you're going to divide your horizontal angle of view by 1.5. So a 24 is going to give you an effective horizontal field of view of a 16 millimeter lens. A 27 is going to give you the effective horizontal angle of view of an 18 millimeter lens. And a 32 is going to give you, sorry, pointing at the wrong lens, 32 is going to give you the effective horizontal angle of view of a 21 millimeter lens. So there's a really cool calculator out there from Phil Holland, phfx.com. You can plug in either Format Compare or Shot Prep. Those two tools will be extremely helpful in understanding and relating different camera formats to each other, different angles of view, and different lenses. So check out phfx.com, Format Compare, and phfx.com Shot Prep. But of course, there's always the option, if you are in Glendale, come on down to a Wednesday Lens Day. We've got an FX30 here waiting for you to put these lenses on. Try them right here in the shop. Take home dailies. Take home your own shots. But if you're not anywhere near us in California and you still want to do a virtual demo, you can email us at sales@atlaslensco.com or go on our website and schedule a one-on-one virtual demonstration where we actually connect the camera to a live stream. You could live stream just like we're doing right now. I can't promise I'll be there, but I might be there. Joon might be there, might be Brendan. Never know. You can make special requests. We'll do a custom film for you.
We can do it in IKEA as well,
We could.
if we are stealthy enough.
Low key, we could make the next IKEA Heights. IKEA Heights season 2.
IKEA Heights season 2.
Come on, join us. Come on down. We'll make it here. Guerrilla filmmaking is the next wave. That's why I got a gorilla suit.
There's no time to get permits. There's no time to get
That's why I had
permission.
sugar-free banana syrup in my coffee this morning. I'm on the guerrilla filmmaking
That
wave.
is wild.
Guerrilla filmmaking.
Guerrilla filmmaking.
All right, Chief. And chat. And Chief of War. Thank you for tuning in to another Atlas Telecast Tuesday. It's been Mercury Television. I want to see if there's any other questions from the chat, but we really want to let you try these lenses with your camera, whether that's a new Fujifilm GFX Eterna 55 a Rebel T2i, or a Sony FX30, or a Canon C50. I'm really excited about that one. Also, Nikon ZR. Got to try it this week. Absolutely goated. Very lovely. I like it a lot. So we are spoiled for choice these days.
Seems to be an Atlas favorite.
So many nice cameras and so little time. So chat, I'm going to look for your questions here coming in through the screen here on Mercury Television, Atlas Tuesday Telecast Special. And if not, we'll run our MTV Mercury Television trailer running on the way out, and we'll see you next Tuesday. But chat, if you have questions, drop them. Once again, we're here. Mercury Television, 24 millimeter Mercury, 27 millimeter Mercury, 32 millimeter Mercury. We also have our lovely 36, 42, 54, 72, 95, and 138 Mercury Series lenses.
Dang.
And of course, we've got the goated Orion series. We have 12 different focal lengths in that family. So come on down, try these bad boys. And of course, if you haven't heard about the Sirius series, go to our YouTube channel, type in SIRIUS Atlas. Check out the launch film featuring Rick Darge and a whole host of characters. It's quite special, quite unique.
I have a cool, interesting question.
We have another question coming in. Can there be a lightweight Atlas lens in the future? That is a fantastic question. If 3.2 pounds is not lightweight enough for you when you're looking at something like a 27 millimeter Mercury, 3.2 pounds, 1.47 kilos. If you need something lighter, tell us how you'd like to use that ultralight Atlas lens, and drop us a DM. Let us know what you'd like to see. We'll see if we can make your dreams come true.
Yeah, that was actually an interesting point from from the Amsterdam trip. We had a really, really cool FPV drone pilot who builds their own drones and showed us like their reel of like shooting again. Like, not to mention the drone is also apparently the fastest drone a human has built or something, where it literally follows a jet going through. And they were asking we should look into lightweight anamorphic lenses so that it can be mounted on like
That
such
sounds
FPV rig.
actually dope. Can you imagine if we built the lens into the drone body so it's just a flying lens? Forget
True.
about it.
Just
we need a
the
flying lens.
A flying
Like,
lens.
Make
Not even a camera.
the fuselage the lens.
Let's just make the lens fly. I think they deserve it.
Makes my soul fly. Makes my heart sing. Atlas lenses. The world of cinematography in your hands.
True. But no, there's so many interesting and cool ways to shoot with these lenses. Like, I mean, the one
you
that
could
I
even
can
use an
think of,
Ikegami ITC 709A if you wanted to.
Can you?
You could.
You. That's actually a good. You could. That's a good answer.
Someone says it shouldn't be too light because feeling the lens. Well, that's a great point that you have, because
Feeling.
lenses are all about feelings, science and feelings. So it's not about how it looks, it's not about how it works, but it is about how it makes you feel. And so if we can use science to make you feel better, make you feel more interested in the world, make you feel more powerful, like you get to communicate the message that you want to share, that's what we want to do. So we're going to do it.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of ties into Apple's recent phone, the iPhone Air. I started looking into reviews, and apparently, even though they made it really thin and really light, it's actually the strongest phone, like structurally, like ever.
That's
and
bonkers.
that was wild to actually see.
So you're saying I could open a beer with it, maybe?
Yeah. So I'm saying feeling doesn't of the product. Yes, it's absolutely relevant, but anything is possible. Just because it's lighter doesn't mean it's worse. So it's an interesting way of design. Battery sucks though. but hey,
That's one of the best things about an Atlas lens.
there's
No batteries.
It works without batteries.
Yep.
What?
And batteries not included.
Wow. That's crazy.
All right. Well, chat, a lot to think about here. Thank you for tuning in to Mercury Television. Thank you, Justin, for your amazing technical production. Thank you, Sid, for keeping the chat vibing, keeping things rolling. Thank you, Brendan, for keeping us company and telling us all about the fantastic adventures you had in Amsterdam and beyond. And we will see you next Tuesday. Mercury Television, we'll hopefully see you here tomorrow, Wednesday. Calm on down. All right. Peace out.
Epic.
Yo, is that 35?
Duh. Yo, Alex, lights!
Every jigsaw puzzle you have ever owned has a piece missing. It is the same the world over. Just one piece. Gone. Imagine if all these missing bits were put together to make one gigantic picture. What kind of world would that picture show us?
To see this place, you don't need eyesight. You need vision.
Yeah, that's good. All right, cool. Got it. Good.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.